Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back, or welcome to the Hawk. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Friday. I am grateful to see this day. It has been a wonderful week. It's been a lot of learning, a lot of downloads, a lot of energy with me and spirit. The last couple of days, I've spent quite a bit of time processing. Good morning, happy Friday to those of you coming in. It's good to see you here. I'm just on for a short live this morning. I do have to leave here quite early this morning for some in-person sessions. Welcome. Good to see everybody. So the energy, I was just kind of feeling the energy this morning during my meditation, and I'm just curious about if anybody is just kind of feeling a stillness coming through them, like they just want to kind of like like chill out, to be very, very still, be very, very quiet. I feel that with all the downloads that I talked about yesterday, the downloads with some clarity and some downloads of seeing things differently. I just felt that sometimes the spiritual journey and working with that energy can leave us in a space of just wanting to have that stillness. Oh, I see some of you resonating with that. I'm definitely feeling that. Says Fernanda. Yeah, there's definitely a stillness that's going to be coming through us this weekend. I think that we are being asked to kind of just kind of give ourselves that space and give ourselves that time. One thing that Spirit said to me this morning was, you don't always have to be busy or feeling like you're accomplishing something. We do accomplish a lot of things in stillness and in that quiet and in that space of just kind of letting things go and just kind of feeling the energy that's already around us. We tend to always like look ahead. This has to be done, this has to be done, this has to be done, this has to be done. And I think that it also is true in our spiritual growth. I think, a lot of people come to me and say, I've been working on my spiritual growth and it's not going fast enough and I'm not seeing results and I'm still working on healing. And Spirit always says, yeah, you are. And, we take the next step in our spirituality when we've kind of, when we're ready to, but when we've kind of mastered the current position that we're in, which is really an interesting space. A lot of you are resonating with that. Yeah, I feel that as well. I want some clarity. Camilla, I just fell asleep. Slept an hour and usually don't usually sleep during the day. I think that it's important that we kind of lean in that. Yeah, look at you guys all resonating with that. Yes, I definitely need some stillness and I've just been chilling, playing my game. I use as therapy. I think that it's so important to honor that feeling within you, to honor that part, because when we're working on our spiritual growth and when we're working on healing, or when we're just kind of navigating through the physical world, there are times where our energy, our energy fields need to absorb and kind of process. We do process things, even subconsciously, even at like at a soul level. We do process a lot of things, and when you're feeling that need to kind of just like flop on the couch and either just sit there. I actually did that last night. I just flopped on the couch. I taught a workshop. After the workshop, I just went up to the couch and I looked at it and I just kind of flopped on it. And I just found myself just kind of like I was just kind of like vacantly staring at nothing. And I thought, what am I doing? And I was like, oh, I'm processing. I'm processing. I'm processing. I just need that space. I don't have to be thinking about anything. I don't have to, I worry about tomorrow right now. I just need to kind of give myself a chance to settle into the vibrations that I've experienced throughout my day. And it's really important that we kind of give ourselves that time. We're not meant to always be in that fast-paced vibration. We're not meant to, to be there full time. So, as you navigate through your weekend, just kind of lean into that. If you're feeling a little bit tired or you feel like you need to rest or you're feeling that space, give it to yourself. Give it to yourself and just allow yourself to have that time. Energetically, you're processing. And I think with all these downloads that I talked about yesterday that have already started, but are also coming in, I feel that we are going to kind of need a little bit more of that. And I don't know if I need to give some of you permission, but that's kind of the word that's coming to me is it's okay. It truly is okay. Some things will wait for you. Dishes, laundry, dusting, those things will wait for you to kind of recover a little bit and bounce back a little bit. We are in a very transformative year. This is a big year of growth and development, and we need time to catch up to that. And sometimes, do you ever feel, I'm curious if you ever feel that. You ever feel like I just need to catch up energetically? I just need that space. I hope that I'm verbalizing that in the way that spirit's kind of showing it to me. Aaron, today's my day off and I plan on doing nothing but rest. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Felicia, I've had someone from my past, someone that I clearly love, come back into my life. And I'm just wondering what Sarah is saying about this relationship. I always felt like that he was my soulmate. Felicia, I feel that that there's always going to be a piece of you that connects here with this person. I do feel that. I feel that strong connection. I also have to talk to you about simply allowing, and I'm seeing it like a rotating door. And this isn't just for this person, but for all people. And if this resonates for anybody else, please pick it up. I feel that I need to kind of put you in that rotating door and allowing people to come and go. People do come and go, and sometimes they come back in that door because I feel that there are people on our path that we're meant to teach and that we're meant to learn from. And I feel that in this situation for you, I feel that the experience with the learning and the growing and the learning and the growing with this person, I also feel with this person, it has been more than one lifetime that you've had this experience where they've kind of been in and out. I do feel a very strong past life connection here as well with this, Felicia. Kayla, I feel like I need to recharge my spiritual batteries. Yeah, plug in the spirit dimensions and recharge that. So I'm glad that a lot of you are feeling the same way. I'm just going to scroll back up. Okay, I think I've got, there we go. So, one thing that you can do is just simply rest. For me, I recharge in many different ways. Yes, in some stillness, but I also like to hit the forest and hit or nature. Just getting out in nature for me is my spiritual recharge. And I think that processing my experiences is really important, because if we don't take time to process our experiences, we kind of hold on to that. And that's another thing that comes up, and with the importance of giving yourself an opportunity to recharge like that, is sometimes we do need to process feelings. We do need to process, how we're feeling, what happened to us during the week. We need that space to give ourselves to process things. Sandra says, I'm feeling stagnant with work despite it being very secure and low stress. I want to find something more purposeful and fulfilling. What do my guides have any direction on that? Sandra, I really feel that this taps into what I spoke about yesterday, with a lot of us coming into that space that I think there's more. I think that there's change. I think that I'm ready. One thing that I always do, Sandra, is I always stay very open and allowing that. I work really hard at keeping my doors open. I'm always willing to try something new. And I say to the universe, if it serves my highest good, I would like some more of that, please. I think that you will get more clarity with that, Sandra. I'm not sure if you've seen yesterday's live. If not, go back and take a listen to the first half of it where I talked about this. There's going to be a lot more of this, and it's going to be coming in quite heavily in the month of March for many of us, with just this new clarity and this new shift and this new desire to kind of pivot. And what's really been interesting is I had a lot of people that I know personally reach out to me in the last couple of days and say, I've just taken a big leap of faith. How does it feel to you? And I always say to people, how does it feel to you? And how does that feel? What does your gut say about this leap of faith? And, the response was very similar from all these people. I just felt it was time to take that leap and to take that jump, and to kind of, start navigating through what I feel. And what we feel is so important. Your feelings and that gut sensation, that intuition muscle, it's your higher self, but it's also the angelics. It's also the spirit dimension saying, hey, pay attention here to what you really want and where you really want to go. Because, we're here to experience that. And we're here to navigate through that. I also, felt a lot of people kind of stepping into their own personal connections with the spirit dimensions. I think many of you are going to be tapping into that a little bit more with your own connections and leaning into trusting the spirit guides, trusting your intuition, trusting your higher self. I think that's going to be a big theme for the next couple months as well. I feel the trust shifting with people. I really do feel that collective growth with people. I'm seeing it in my mentoring students. I'm seeing it with clients. I'm seeing it with my but people in my personal life. I see people coming into that trusting space, that trust fall that I've talked about before. I feel people leaning more and more into that, and to me, that is absolutely delicious. That we're growing forward, and it doesn't have to be big fast steps. It can be those little steps that matter too. But I do feel quite strongly that we're navigating through a lot of that. You're very welcome, Felicia. Maruna, is there any message from my spirit guide? One that was with me my whole life. I keep having that ringing in my ears, but I don't hear any voice yet. I really feel that if you can just kind of lean in there and trust and just continue to sit with your spirit guide and continue to hold that space, sit with me. The other thing that really helps is a little bit of automatic writing. So sometimes when we're focused on hearing things, spirit may be also trying to open us up into that knowing. We don't always hear and we don't always see, and sometimes it's just that knowing. So giving yourself an opportunity to just kind of automatic write, what do you want to tell me, and then pick up a pen and just kind of give yourself that time and that opportunity to write whatever words you're feeling or whatever words that are flowing through you, and simply allowing. And I know I've said this before to you about this ringing in your ears. I always just simply say, make sure that if it continues or you have concerns medically, to please check in with your medical provider. I just want to put that in there because I think that it is important. Oh, you're very welcome, Sandra. The other thing is quite often, I just want to talk a little bit about what I was talking with who was that? Sir, Maroon. I hope I pronounced that right, honey. Is when it comes to communication with spirit, we cannot, and I tell this to my mentoring students all the time, don't get fixated on having to hear or having to see or just allow it. Every single day that I work with spirit, I never know how we're communicating. I truly never know. I show up with, okay, here I am for work. I have my punch card, and in I come, and I truly never know how we're going to work from session to session. It can be different all day. And I'm very much okay with that. I just work on allowing spirit to work with me on how they're working today. And every spirit works different, including the angelics. I've got spirit guides that are very clear. I hear them loud and clear. I've got spirit guides that just randomly show up in my face, and when they're really, really close, I know I need to listen. I also just have this strong intuitive knowing. I just know, I just know, I just know. So I think that it's really important that we kind of really kind of lean in there with, being able to communicate in many different ways is really important, because when we get fixated on one thing, it prevents us from picking up other messages. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. When if you want more chit chat from the spirit dimensions. Thanks for today's message. When you started streaming, I was looking at my to-do list and feeling anxiety. I struggle with allowing myself to be still. Give yourself permission to be still. Like when you really think about it, if you're feeling that you just need to kind of, chill out, just give yourself permission. What is the worst when you look at your to-do list? Okay. So, and I get it. Sometimes there are things that we just cannot avoid doing. Okay. But when you look at your to-do list, like I'll use me as an example. Let's just say I've got laundry piled up. Okay. So, but if I really feel I need to sit and not worry about the laundry, what's the worst case? What's the worst that's going to happen? I got to wear pajama pants and a hoodie tomorrow. Right. So just kind of lean into that a little bit, that it's okay to honor myself. Sometimes we have a little bit of guilt in honoring yourself. And that's a big one, isn't it? That guilt of honoring yourself, of not taking that time to recharge, refuel, and give yourself that space. Right. And sometimes, I think we don't get enough of that alone time. And we can't truly connect when we have 100 other things going on around us, which is another good point of just spending a little bit of time alone and giving yourself that opportunity. All right, fire a few questions at me before I do have to go. I am hoping. I can't guarantee it yet because I'm still waiting for some of my weekend plans to unfold. But I am hoping to do some live either here or on Facebook. I will post it. I'm hoping to do some channeling and some messages some over the weekend. And as my plans kind of fall into place, I will let you know. I don't like to guarantee something over the weekend in case something shifts, because I don't think it's fair to do that. Hard freckles. Can you pick up anything about my boyfriend? He's dealing with a mystery illness. We've done many tests and have no diagnosis. He's recently got fired because he was calling off so much. Hard freckles. I feel exhausted. Is he having some like major fatigue stuff going on? I just feel like I've got like this big big fatigue thing going on. I'll give you a second to answer that while I tap into Kayla's message. Do you have any investigations coming up with Haley this spring or summer? I hope so. At this time, I do not have anything booked yet. I am working on my spring summer plans. So it is possible that I could be chit chatting with Miss Haley about some investigations. So I will keep you posted on that. So I'm just gonna wait for Freckles, Hard Freckles, to answer me back. Good morning to those of you coming in. Sandra likes that question. um, Bianca, does my Aunt Sonia have any messages for me? I'm just having a lean in there. Um, First of all, she needs you to know that she's extremely proud of you. So I also feel that she is one of many souls over in the spirit dimensions that's been pushing you forward. She keeps show and this I know this has come up for you before, Bianca, with this whole forward in your growth. She's also talking about that at length. She's like, keep moving forward, keep moving your feet. I also feel I'm not quite sure why I need to say this, but I also need to remind you from her that it's okay to step back from things. It's okay to put things down. So I don't know if that's people or if it's a situation, but she keeps saying, let her know that it's okay to step back and step out. Sometimes you can step back in when things are settled or when you feel that it's time to step back in. But she just keeps reminding you that that's okay. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind, Bianca. If it doesn't quite resonate right now, it could be a bit of a heads up from the spirit dimensions. But she just keeps saying it's okay when you need to step back. I want to go back to hard freckles. That does seem to be a symptom, but it seems to be something gastrointestinal. I don't have any worries there with it, so I'm not quite sure why. I don't feel like anything's been missed at all. I'm more focused on this fatigue stuff. So I'm not picking up, and I'll never claim to be all knowing. I will put that out there 100%. I will never claim that. But I don't have I'm not feeling anything there. I'm not feeling like there's something missed. I feel a little bit of inflammation in my body though. I feel a little bit inflamed. But I'm not feeling any worry there. I don't feel anything there that's got me pushing you to get a second opinion or anything like that. So I would continue hard freckles with I can feel your disappointment, and I do apologize, but I don't feel anything there. So I would continue on the path with medical investigations, and I would continue on the path with kind of allowing some healing. I feel more inflammation in there, so I don't know if he's got some inflammation in the stomach, but I don't have an oh my goodness feeling with it. Um, so I will leave that there with you. Grace, I'm feeling like I need to balance my energy and have been focusing on healing my inner child. Thinking about traveling in June to rebalance with spirit. Have any guidance for me? Grace, that is, I just feel so I just feel like I've just let go. I feel like I've just let go. I think that some travel for you is going to be very, very healing. I also feel that I need to get you to sit with your inner child on your lap and have conversations with your inner child, just literally visualizing that inner child sat on your lap and having these communications. I also really feel like I need to give you these words. You've always done the best that you could with where you were standing, with the knowledge that you had at that time. I also feel like I gotta get you near rock. So, like, any kind of mountain area or any kind of rocky area, even like, what do you call that? Like a break wall or down by the water where there's rock or a rocky beach. I need rock, which is really interesting. I For a few reasons, I feel like you need to feel the solidness, like rock is solid mass. I feel like I need to get your feet and your hands and even your back on feeling that solid surface of rock. And and I think that you will do some, I see it like a snake shedding its skin. I think that you will shed old layers of yourself and leave it on the rock, which is quite profound. So if any of your travel brings you to a rocky area, or if you live near a rocky area, I'm really kind of pushed to kind of get you to spend some time there, even a little bit of meditation, even visualizing yourself meditating on a rock. So I will leave that there with you. Lots of questions coming in this morning. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on these live feeds. I'd be grateful for that. Um, Freya, when I connect with the spirit, sometimes I feel vertigo, dizziness. Is this because I need to ground myself better? Grounding is definitely going to help you with that. I will also tell you a little bit about that feeling, because it is quite a common feeling. Um, the spirit dimensions feel very differently than our physical world. So when we tap into, I should do a YouTube video on this. This is a good question. When we tap into the spirit dimensions, it can affect our equilibrium. You are literally connecting to another dimension. The spirit dimensions feel different, they sound different, energetically they're extremely different. Our physical body does have, I'm going to write this down on my topic list, sorry. Our physical body does have an adjustment period with it. It does get better the more that you connect, and the more that you practice your grounding, and the more that you trust. There are times when I do big platform events, when I come back from the spirit dimensions, when I completely come back into my body. It's gotten a lot better over time, but I used to have like the spirit hangover where I would come back and I would almost like crash land into the physical world. And it was very disorientating. I couldn't drive myself home. I almost felt intoxicated. But I've learned how to slowly come back into the physical world, even when I'm channeling right now. So when I channel, even though I'm physically here, I'm technically over in the spirit dimensions listening. So every now and again, if I don't balance myself properly, I feel like whoa, or my vision might blur a little bit, or I'll feel a bit dizzy. Very, very common. It does settle down. And you do learn to navigate it a little bit better. So when I'm doing any kind of big group, I have learned to slowly come back into the physical world and slowly reconnect into my body without it being boom. So when you are Freya, when you are connecting with spirit, when it's time to disconnect, come back a little bit slower. Come back a little bit slower. So try that, and you will notice with practice that it will slow down. It is 8:58 Eastern Standard Time. I know there is a ton of questions that you have put up on the screen. I do, I can't get to everybody's questions today. I am going to try really hard to either show up here or on Facebook Live, and I will post where I'm going to be on the community page here. But I think it will be fun to hang out at some point this weekend, because I do love showing up here. I do love hanging out with you. I love your questions. Your questions are just so amazing. I love it. If I didn't get to your questions, please ask them again. And I am sending you, as always, love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Much love, everyone.